We're here.
Ah!
We finally made it. I mean, I think that we have a fair amount of listeners who've been waiting for this episode because this has been your
I
number
think we have
one.
a fair amount of people that just want me to talk shit on this stuff and just rip it apart.
I don't know why you do that. I don't think you're
No,
going to.
I obviously wouldn't. I mean, it's not like I've been waiting for this movie all year long. I mean, I don't know what would even give you the notion that I've been waiting on this movie all year long. I can't even think of anything I could do or justify or even come close to doing to show people how much I've been looking forward to this movie all year long. Can you tell Chris that I've been looking forward to this movie all year long?
Yeah, I can tell.
Like it's literally the thing. All right, people that are coming on and stuff like that. I already see we have a few viewers and stuff like that. I'm not wearing an eye patch to look special. If you
It's
don't
not
know
Neil
me
Fury today.
personally, what's that?
You're not Neil Fury today.
No, no. Um, I suffered from Bell's palsy this past week. I'm a lot better than most who suffered it. I'm not trying to say that by any means I'm near anybody. Like, there are people that get it really bad. I caught it early. I got to the hospital. They gave me drugs that I'm taking to counteract before, I mean, the 72 hours is over, because the first 72 hours is the worst. So that got over pretty quick. And when that got over, you know, since I got there early enough, these drugs counteract all the stuff. So this is about the worst it's going to be. Probably about altogether a couple of months. I'm guessing it's going to be less because, like, literally, to be honest, I've been like, I'm sore. My whole face is sore right
Mhm.
now because I've been exercising it to get it back as soon as possible.
Yeah,
Because I didn't want to come on here and be super slurry. And like I'm watching myself talk, and I can even see my mouth move like in a diagonal way, which
yeah,
is
yeah.
really weird.
I mean, there's people that talk like that normally. You know what I
I
mean?
know, I know, I know, but it's just weird because, like, I know I'm using all of this side of my, like, he can see how much I'm using this side of my
Mhm.
muscles so much more, and this one's just like, yeah, I'm just here.
So can
Like,
you feel it, or is it just weak?
it it feels like the best way to describe this to people
Uh,
that don't have this, the best way to describe this is, like, it feels like the side that's working
mhm.
is like swollen. Like,
Weird.
it
Okay.
feels like
Strange.
it's like this is big and poofy to me.
Okay,
This is
that's
weird and poofy, and this side is just like there.
normal. Well, interesting. Okay, that's a
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not like it's just like it doesn't feel normal because I
yeah,
can't really,
yeah,
like, okay, so here it is. You ready? Here's my smile. That's
yeah.
it. That's my smile.
So
And I
we
smile like a fucking Joker, dude. I mean,
yeah,
have a huge ass smile and
we his dad had it. He got it, and like for the first we would go visit him, but for the first 2 weeks, like, don't look at me like that, like, but you seem to do much better than he was. So
yeah,
yeah,
I
he
mean, I got the news segment and the Easter egg segment to do today where I got to do a lot of reading. More likely this thing's going to come off so people are going to just see me like look like I'm crying the whole time over Deadpool Wolverine.
but you know
But
what, dude? I think we're fucking ready. You ready to do
okay,
this?
okay. So what do we do here? Um, you know, I always wanted to be Charles Xavier, but I guess I'll just have to be Nick Fury.
It's a show by Chris and Neil with all great movies. They are the real deal. We watch them all, so you don't have to. It's movies that don't suck and some that do.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, listeners of all ages, it's a new episode of Movies That Don't Suck and Some Do. My name is Neil.
And I'm Chris.
Did you forget to say your name? Is that what's going on here? Are we
I said my
delayed
name.
already?
I think so.
Oh my gosh. I think we're delayed already. We're going to have to redo this intro, aren't we?
I'll come on. I'll cut it up so I'll cut it up so we can come back. I'll just do the
All
intro
right.
song again.
Yeah. Okay.
You'll be back, guys. Neil just had a bit of an issue, but we're good now. And Neil's gonna come back, and I'll just play the intro.
People watching. Now we don't have a single person. What did you say to people while I was gone?
I just said you'll be right back.
It's a show by Chris and Neil with all great movies. They are the real deal. We watch them all, so you don't have to. It's movies that don't suck and some that do.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, listeners of all ages, it's a new episode of Movies That Don't Suck and Some Do, episode 327 to be a fact. Yeah. My name is Neil.
And I'm Chris.
Or 328. We're in 328. I'm already making mistakes. I'm just gonna. I'm blaming it on the Bell's palsy. The Bell's palsy makes it that I can't read what's in the corner of the screen anyway. So might as well just go with that. So today we're talking two movies, guys. Of course, one from the streaming world, one from the theater world, and everybody is waiting for this episode. We already got several people watching. I know we're all part of this. The whole world's been talking. I mean, the thing's already made $600 million. It is the Deadpool Wolverine episode, the movie I've been talking about all year long. I've been wanting to see. But first, we are going to do our streaming movie, which I'm excited to do just as well. It's a good little fun movie called Thelma, featuring the one and only June Squibb.
There's Woody's little sister, Rose. She was only 19 when she was killed in a car wreck near Wausau. What a whore.
Mom.
No, I like Rose, but my God, she was a slut.
Come on.
Now, I'm just telling you the truth. She was screwing guys in the back of Hawthorne Creamery when she was only 15. No.
That's from Nebraska.
I was like, what the hell is that from, dude?
Nebraska. That was a good little movie that came out. It was black and white.
See, I send Chris the clips. So like I know what's coming up. So this is kind of a reverse role today because everything he plays, I have no idea. And he knows what he's gonna play when I send him the clips. Yeah. So this is gonna be fun. All right. Also in this movie, her partner in crime, Richard Roundtree.
Hey, sweet baby. This is your lover man.
What the hell is this?
2 sweet guesses.
That you shot.
But your lovely self it is. And I'm ready. Can you dig it?
You got trouble?
Dig it.
I got what you want.
Where are you?
The no-name bar in the village. On Jane Street.
What do you want me to do?
All your beautiful self down here.
How many of them are there?
About 2. I'll close up and we'll go over to my pad. Hell, you walk in that front door and I'll close up right now.
I'll have a car there in a few seconds.
That's what I want to hear, baby.
Yeah, that's Shaft. You know, he's one bad mother.
Mama, shut your mouth.
There we go.
Just talk about Shaft.
Yeah.
But yeah, Richard Roundtree's in. This is actually his. It's one of his last performances. The movie is actually dedicated to him. Fred Hecken. I'm gonna mess that name up. Fred Heckenheimer. Heckenheimer.
Heckinger, maybe.
Heckinger. Okay. Usually I have 2 good eyes, people, and so I can actually give a good educated guess. I can barely see it. So Fred Heckenheimer.
So has she ever wandered off before? Never. Not like this.
One time I thought I lost her at Soup Plantation, but she was just going back for little pizzas.
Soup Plantation.
It was a buffet restaurant. You could go back for more.
I can't believe it was actually called Soup Plantation. I never processed that.
Oh, wow.
Well, it had things she could chew.
She can't chew anything.
She can chew some things, Alan.
It's like, it's confusing, what she can and can't chew. Like, she can't have a salad, but she can Like last week, she ate a cashew.
Yeah, I was able to actually pull the clip from a feature of this. So like, yeah.
That's
so he
awesome
was
because he hasn't been in a lot of movies and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I know.
so he was in all the Fear Streets, but everything was just sort of like a one-off. Like, oh, like he was having like short conversations. So as long as I can find him talking.
And one guy, I hope you pulled the right clip for this son of a bitch. The one, the
I hope I did
only,
too.
the agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. himself, Mr. Clark Gregg.
A wise man once told me that a person can do anything once they realize they're a part of something bigger. It's taken me a while to understand that. For years, I was just a face in the crowd, a history teacher who spread Hydra's lies. They seemed too imposing for any one person to fight. But now, I'm choosing to stand up, to become a part of something bigger. I really do believe that together, we can accomplish anything. Because the truth is, I'm not just a history teacher. My name is Phil Coulson, and I'm an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, you know that, like, you know, I
Knocked it out of the fucking park, bro. You knocked it out of the park. All right, and the only, one of my favorite, I think one of the most underrated actresses or actor, whatever name you want to use, of literally the last 20 years. I think she just seems like a good person. You know what I'm saying? It's like one of those actresses that you're just like, or humans that you're just like, man, it just seems like they're good. The one and only Parker Posey. I can't wait to hear what you pulled.
All right, you little freshman bitches! All right! That was pathetic! Let's try it again! That means get up, you lazy little bitches! Get up! You heard us! Eric! That was horrible, you little slut girls, you little freshman slut! Get up! Get up! 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 Eric!
So yeah, from Dazed and
The first
Confused.
time we all met her. The first time we all met her, Dazed and Confused. I think. Like, I don't think there's a movie before that we met her. If we did, I don't remember.
Is that a good clip?
That's the best clip. That was the best clip. I mean, by any means, it's one of my favorite movies of all time. And that's the other day. Just to go off of that for 5 seconds. The other day, someone sent a picture in one of my friends' groups, and they're like, "We got the Matthew McConaughey liquor." Tequila at our store, and my friend Garen just goes, "I heard it was just all right." I go, "So it wasn't all right." He goes, "No, it's just all right." Anyway, that's so Thelma, and then the movie, of course, that we're gonna spoil the hell out of. Okay, first we're gonna do our review of it, just like we always do with every comic book movie. But then I got spoilers, so Chris can know and the people can know some of the nice little Easter eggs. I'm going to try to make it short because I don't want to ruin it all for everybody. But there are things that are reflecting of the comics and not just the movie universe. And we're going to just point those little Easter eggs out.
And because we have such a long episode, it'll make these clips kind of short for the next movie. Okay.
So the movie we're talking about is, of course, Deadpool and Wolverine, featuring probably the sexiest motherfucker on the planet Earth, Ryan, or at least the sexiest man of 2010, Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, hello. I know, right? Whose balls did I have to fondle to get my very own movie? I can't tell you, but it does rhyme with Pulverine. Anyway, I got places to be, a face to fix, and bad guys to kill.
Of course. And viewers, by the way, today while we're talking and stuff like that, if you have any conversations that you want to pop in, jump in the chat, like let us know what you feel about stuff. We'll be more than happy to talk to you today, especially since I'll probably go a little long on the comic book talk. Not to be outdone, Mr. Sexiest Man Alive 2008, Mr. Hugh Jackman.
No. No, I understand. This is a long way. You understand? I am not taking you to North Dakota. I am fucked up. and I cannot get you there. It is a 2-day drive, and I am not taking you. Don't fucking hit me! Don't hit me!
Jonah, Gideon,
Stop saying those
Rebecca,
names.
Delilah,
Right now.
Richter,
Stop saying those
Jonah,
names.
Gideon,
Stop it.
Rebecca,
Stop.
Delilah, Richter, Jonah,
Fine.
Gideon.
Go now. Take it. Let's see this. Let's go to fucking fantasy land.
From Logan.
Oh yeah, of course. As soon as I heard it, I knew it was Logan. Come on.
Yeah.
And also in this movie, the great Rob Delaney.
Peter. Am I getting catfished here, or any powers you want to tell us about? Any,
No, I don't have one. I just saw the ad.
No superpowers at all?
I have both type 1 and 2 diabetes.
A little turbulent up here.
I don't know much about this Cable fella, but I guarantee he hasn't killed as many people as melanoma has. To interrupt, but is anybody nervous about the high winds?
All right, that's the one I could get from you.
It's like a click. It was a quick clip of everything he said in Deadpool 2. That's Peter, of course. Playing Cassandra in this movie is Emma Corrin.
You know, I loved you so much. So deeply. So painfully, too. It's over now. Be easier for everyone with me gone.
No, it won't.
That's from The Crown.
I was like, I have no idea what that's from. I knew all the other clips. I don't know that one. And last but not least, I mean, by any means, in just the clips, Matthew McFadden.
Sporus was a young slave boy. He was Nero's favorite. And you know what Nero did to him?
Nero and Sporus. This is not IP I'm familiar with.
Well, Nero pushed his wife down the stairs. And then he had Sporus castrated, and he married him instead. And he gave him a ring, and he made him dress up like his dead wife.
Wow. Plot twist. Didn't see that coming.
Yeah, I bought a book on the Romans to read in prison. It's a big book.
Well, is it a good book?
It's a decent book, yeah. I'd castrate you and marry you in a heartbeat.
That's from Succession.
Yeah, I love Succession. If you've never seen Succession, guys, literally, that is a show. I know it's just about rich people bitching and fighting for 5 seasons.
It's great.
But it is so great. There's so many weird scenes that happen in that damn movie or damn show. But yeah, that is the small part of the cast. I mean, there's many more. That
And we
we're
can't
not
talk
even
about a
gonna
lot
say.
of them. We can't talk
About a lot of them until the spoiler part of today's section. But as guaranteed, there will be a spoiler section. I already got it ready. Like, it will have this great little, ready to go spoiler section about everything. Deadpool and Wolverine at the end. So before that, Chris, tell everybody where they can find us.
You can find us online at Facebook. I'll start over. You can find us online at moviesdon'tsuck.net. We're at facebook.com/moviesdon'tsuck podcast. We're at X MTS Podcast. We're on Instagram at MTS Podcast. We have Patreon, patreon.com/moviesdon'tsuck. We're on Bonfire, /moviesdon'tsuck, some that do. Or TeePublic in Blackwood Productions. Find Rich there. Also, we're also YouTube at Movies Don't Suck Podcast. And where do you find podcasts on Movies Don't Suck and some that do? Who's our sponsor today? Or who are we talking about, rather?
Today, we're going to have a nice little sponsor, a place I like to go called The Pump. The Pump Bar. It is just recently opened. Now, what it is, a Pump Bar is a retro 1960s gas station restored into Tulsa's newest neighborhood hangout spot. They will pump out signature cocktails and host theme nights with the most incredible bar food. They have everything from ticket giveaways to just great food and drinks. I went there one night with like a whole group of wrestlers. And like hung out all night. In fact, that booth right there is what we sat in. And and just sat in the corner just eating food and grub. Great drinks, great people. It's one of the greatest new locations. They're pretty fast. Everybody there is friendly. The food is really good. They're like smash burgers. They have a great brunch that you can
Oh,
honestly
nice.
go to. People are just awesome. You can look at their location at www.pumpbartulsa.com, or you can go to Facebook at facebook.com/pumpbartulsa. Seriously, they do everything. They were giving away tickets for Lindsey Sterling the other day. They have live music there. They have trivia on Wednesdays, karaoke on Sundays. Oh, they have karaoke on it's 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. though. That's kind of lame for me. That's
Is
kind
it
of
late for
I don't
you?
like. No, it's early. I like to
Oh,
start at
okay.
like 9, you know? I'm
I
like
forgot. Yeah, you work radio. You don't go to work till like 3.
yeah, but
So,
yeah. So anyway, the Pump Bar, go look for it. It's right at 602 South Lewis Avenue, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Again, it's a place that I've not heard one single person say a bad thing about the place yet. So I don't even know what the rating is. I should have looked at the rating for it, but I haven't heard a bad thing about it. I like it. It's a good place, good people. Go check it out.
all right, man.
All right.
You ready to talk
Movies.
movies? Let's talk Thelma, directed by Josh Margolin. Things as he was an actor mostly. He was in New Girl. He's also written for My Boyfriend is a Robot and Deep Murder. This is his first feature, and this stars June Squibb as the titular Thelma.
There's Woody's little sister, Rose.
Also, Fred Hetchinger plays Daniel, her grandson.
So has she ever wandered off before? Never. Not like this.
One time I thought I lost her at Soup Plantation, but she was just going back for little pizzas.
Also, Richard Roundtree plays Ben.
Hey, sweet baby.
Also, this stars Parker Posey as her daughter, Gail.
All right, you little freshman bitches!
Clark Gregg is Alan, the father of Daniel.
A wise man once told me that a person can do anything once they realize they're a part of something bigger.
It also stars Hilda Bulwer as, I'm sorry. It stars Chase Kim as Detective Morgan. People you might remember Ruben Rabasa plays Winston. Quinn Bessie plays Colin. And Bunny Levine plays Mona. Let's go read the storyline for Thelma.
When 93-year-old Thelma Post gets dubbed by a phone call. Oh, duped. That's dubbed. Gets dubbed? Duped?
Duped. Yeah, it's duped.
Yep. Okay. Let me start that one over. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. When 93-year-old Thelma Post gets duped by a phone scammer pretending to be her grandson, she sets out on a treacherous quest across the city to reclaim what was taken from her.
So, I was really surprised by this movie.
This movie was great.
It's delightful, right? It's a delightful movie.
This is a 90-year-old action movie.
Yeah. So, June Squibb, incredible. She's super old. She's about 93, and to see her like acting up like this, just great. You don't see a whole lot of 93-year-old people able to be what she's being in this movie.
Oh yeah, do you want to hear something cool about her?
Yeah.
94 did most of her own stunts.
Great.
She rolled over that bed on her own, bro.
Yeah. Oh yeah. She fell down on her own too, right? So, have you ever, by the way, I want to make this quick. So there was a phone scam for me once, seeing that my dad was held for ransom in Mexico. By the way, that happened to me once. Yeah. When I was living in Texas, I had a call from someone who didn't sound like my dad saying was my dad, and he was in Mexico and needed help.
When I was working, when I worked in credit unions for a couple of years there's so many times we got those people that came in that were scanned by people. And I tried so hard on so many cases to stop all transactions, try to get the money back and stuff. But man, the way they do this stuff now is like, they make you get like a money order. So that means you take out the money. So it's not a transaction from your account. Because you're taking out your money, and then you go get a money order and then send that to them. And so like That's the thing. If anybody ever says you need to leave your house for any kind of transfer of money, or they said they made if they call you and they said they made a mistake, that a banking error on their side, they just did that to make it look like they did that. They didn't really do that.
I want to say that everyone in this movie, everyone who's who's an actor in this, are great. Daniel was great. Or Fred Hedging is great. Richard Roundtree is great. Parker Posey, Clark Gregg. Everyone in this movie, it makes it believable. You know what I mean?
Oh,
That's
yeah,
what.
like the family, the whole family atmosphere, like these three right here,
Great.
Daniel, Clark, Gregg, and Parker Posey. Parker Posey again. I swear she is just one of the most underrated actresses in Hollywood. Like
She's
she
great.
does stuff like this, and you're just like, it's so nonchalant on some of the things that she does, but it's just like so cool. But the two major people of this movie, oh, wrong one. The two major people of this movie was, of course, Thelma herself and Richard Roundtree. Like they together just played
Chemistry.
off of me. It was just chemistry. They just knew what they were doing. They knew where they were going with their characters. They looked like they had so much fun with it.
And it's mostly comedy. I would say it's mostly
Yeah.
comedy. I guess like a family comedy. Like it's PG-13, so you're not gonna. I don't think there's even one fuck word in it, but it's very funny and it's very sweet. You know,
Yeah.
it's about family, really. You know, and they do broach the sort of things of what you do with the pretty tenderly. They broach the things that would do with people who are getting old and can't necessarily take care of themselves. They address that in a really tender way, and a really in a really gentle way. And so it has a lot to say, even if it's kind of silly. You know, like it's very funny, but also has a lot to say. And I really
Yeah,
enjoyed that part of
and
it.
like I really liked like this scene right here where they're like just walking away from the blowing up like flame, and it's like every action movie that ever occurred in the history of um
Yeah.
it's just like I think that it's really cool. This movie just it was fun. This is like one of those movies that, you know, maybe it gets nominated for an award or two here and though, but that's not what this movie is about. This
Yeah.
movie is just a good fun movie that you know, maybe it's not, it'll be going on a streaming network or something like that, but this is like if streaming didn't happen, this is like one of those fun DVDs that you'd have at your house that somebody would be like, what's Thelma? And
Yeah,
you'd have to be like, well, just pop it in, let's watch it. You know,
yeah.
you won't
So
even explain it.
we need to watch it on demand for $10, I think. But this is a movie that's a little indie film. It's not like a super big budget, but it deserves
Mhm.
to be seen, I feel like. And I'm glad that Neil suggested it because we were gonna do something shitty on Netflix, I'm sure.
I just figured it's one of those movies, you know, what movie do you watch with Deadpool and Wolverine? You got to watch something that's just fun, lighthearted, not going to give us a lot to think about.
A
Like,
little
it
bit
just,
to think about, though. I think so. I mean,
I mean, yeah, well, I mean, it gives you a little think about. It gives you, you know, how
Mhm.
to not over control people, I guess,
Yeah.
is a good lesson from this movie. Um, but but still help each other out,
Yeah, yeah.
you know, but don't like coddle people, I guess would be a good part of this
Yeah.
too.
I mean, yeah. In
Because
June's
there's certain lines that were just crossed at some point in this movie where people were like when people were doing stuff, and I was just like, ugh, that's cringy. But it was fun. It was a fun movie.
Yep.
It had a good message. Chris,
acting
what
in
do
it.
you
I'm already
what do
giving
you,
this. I'm rating on this a 4.1 maybe. I really
yeah,
liked it.
I agree with you. I really liked it. It was fun.
It kinda
I'm
changed the
right
world, but
with you.
it was delightful. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And all the
It was just
acting in it was fantastic. I just really like this movie, and it deserves to be seen. I mean, I don't know if it would get a whole lot of people in
I
the theater to watch it, but you know, I think they should.
I don't know many movies in this world that have a rascal race or you know, a Fast and Furious rascal going on in it. But this movie had it, and that was awesome. Um, and also I just liked it. I was really happy about it. I think this was just a good movie. I think this is a movie anybody can enjoy.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This is like you pull your kids in the theater, like the whole family can really get
I
around
don't know
this.
if
And
I don't know, man. Maybe is it rated R or is it just
no,
PG-13?
it's PG-13.
Yeah,
PG-13.
okay, yeah. This is okay. I didn't know if they used too many of the language or anything like that. But now thinking about it, yeah, no, there was. I mean, I did watch a movie with a lot of language this week. I don't know if
Oh
you
yeah,
guys.
we definitely did. Yeah.
Well,
I know I'm on RottenTomatoes.com. What is the audience score for Thelma?
I'm gonna say the audience score has to be something good. I would say 84%.
You're right on the money. Good
Shut
job.
up!
Yeah.
Yeah, the Bell palsies gives me
All right.
power.
All right, Neil. What is Big Bad Mean Critics score for Thelma?
They're gonna go. I felt like they're gonna go a little lower. They're gonna pick it apart. I think they'll give it a 77.
Certified fresh at 99%.
99?
Yeah.
Did you say 99%
I
for
said
Thelma?
99%. Yeah, 99%.
Shut up. Are you drinking?
No, I'm not. This is it.
What?
Here's the Chris consensus. A stellar showcase for the talented June Squibb, Thelma avoids cheap laughs as it finds the lighter side of some serious issues. So I'll read the bad review if I can fucking find it in the good review.
Is there a bad review?
So this is from Robin Collin of the Daily Telegraph. We repeatedly invited to coo with the adorable Alzheimer, and the film mistakes that condescension for empathy. Whatever. This is gonna be Kevin Marr of the Times in UK says the tone from the debut featured writer and director Josh Margolin is exquisitely well judged, offsettingly deeply felt melancholy with wry humor. Yeah, man, this movie it's funny. It's heartwarming. It also, like I said, it sort of broaches sort of issues of the day of what to do with how we treat the elderly and how they probably shouldn't be treated or how they should. And this is Thelma. It's out. You can watch it. It's on Amazon, Apple TV, whatever you use for streaming services to, and it's worth the $9, I think. To rent it. I think it's worth it.
Is it? Is it worth $9?
I think so. But
Yeah, I definitely think it's worth $9.
So I know we haven't got a lot to get to when it comes to news, right? Because of Comic-Con and all that.
Oh my god, I know. I'm trying to set it all up, man. It's gonna be a second. Hey guys, it's just 1 second. It's gonna be a second right now because I was trying with this, but it's really not working. I can't look at my monitors and
Okay, so
everything.
he'll be right back.
So
Yeah.
I'm just gonna take my headphones off really quick. I'm just gonna, and you know what? I'm gonna leave it right here on the camera. So if you guys are watching right now, all you guys, you're gonna see how disgusting it is to rip things off of your eyeball. Yeah, here we go.
Yes,
Here we go.
This is scary.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is great. Here, let's see if you can hear it. You think you can hear it?
I wonder. Yeah, I heard that. Oh my god. And it's still stuck in your eye.
Oh wait. Oh, let's go.
Oh no.
Oh, that's
okay.
disgusting. What kind of what do they call those? Those videos that have like sound to them?
ASMR?
Yeah, that's what it was. Like it's a blanket version of that.
Yeah.
So now as my eye, here 1 second. I'll just close both of them really quick. And open it up. All right. I gotta adjust my vision.
Be honest with you, I don't I wouldn't really know you had palsy right now.
Really?
Yeah. And you're just squinting both eyes.
Okay. No, I'm not squinting both eyes. I can't move them. See how my eyebrow moves when I talk?
Oh, you're doing the people's eyebrow already.
Yeah, like no, it just naturally does it right now. I like again, I did not get a bad case of it. I'm 100% awesome about that, but I do have it right now, and it's a lot of work to get this stuff back going. So 1 second, let me put my hat back on. There we go. All right. So now we go. All right, I think I'm my eye vision. All right. I'm sorry for everybody that's watching right now. There's like a few of you guys. I have to adjust. Sorry.
There we go.
All right. Eye drops are in. Everything's going. Everything's good.
There you go. Ready to do this?
Yeah. Let's get her done. Give me a second. All right. I knew that'd take a second. Don't worry, I have Kleenex right here. So I've been crying from all the news. All right, cool. So back to the podcast. This is the MTS DS PDOS OCASTS. I can't spell right now. It's the MTS Movies Don't Suck and Some of Them Podcast News. This week was Comic-Con, so get ready for a lot of news.
All right, what do we got, man? Start out.
All right, let's start it off with the big one. If you haven't heard it already, man, I don't know what rock you are hiding under. The one, the only, Robert Downey Jr. is returning to the MCU as Dr. Doom.
So
Vincent Von Doom.
So I got a quick question. Is there a timeline in the comic books where Iron Man becomes Doctor Doom?
Not
or vice
that I
versa?
know of. I was been looking for it and stuff like that. But you know, what does it do? What just because somebody looks like somebody, like we'll talk about in the spoiler section of Wolverine Deadpool or Deadpool Wolverine, just because somebody looks like somebody, it doesn't mean they're that person.
So yeah, I was talking to my wife about it, and she thinks they're gonna have to address it in some way.
Oh, they will. They will some way.
Okay.
I mean, because they also got to address how we get rid of Kong.
Oh yeah. Because
Kang. Because it was Kang. Kang was the Conqueror King was supposed to be the big baddie, but in several comic books there are ones where Doomsday does steal Kang's ability, technology, and becomes like Conqueror King. So I mean that's a good way to go. I mean, I'm sure they were just going to replace Kang originally. I'm sure they're still probably replacing him anyway.
He's not the main guy.
Jonathan Majors has let some statement that he's sad about it, blah 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 blah, and it's like fuck off, dude. Really, you beat women. All right.
There's a picture of me at Universal Studios with Doctor Doom and his fist like that coming towards me. That's okay.
Yeah, that's just bad. All right. Anyway. So really quick, let's up to date you on the Marvel timeline. Here it is. So we are now at Deadpool and Wolverine. Captain America: New World comes out in 2025. So everybody knows this.
You saw the preview for that, right? Yeah.
Yes. 20 Deadpool Wolverine is the only movie that came out in 2024. The only Marvel movie.
Yeah, we'll get 2 in 2025.
We get 2 more in we get the Thunderbolts, and we get Captain America: Brave New World, and we get the new Daredevil Born Again show. Now,
do you know who's playing?
As they said,
do you know who's playing Daredevil in the show?
Yeah, it's Charlie Cox. Yeah,
he's coming back.
It's the same people. Yeah, it's the same people from the Netflix show.
Okay, awesome. That's great. I'm glad to hear that. So it's got Vincent D'Onofrio is going to be in it.
Yeah, all of them are back. All of them are back.
Cool. All right.
So then, as Marvel said, they're going to calm things down a little bit, and you can tell from the new Phase 6 things. Fantastic Four is called First Steps. It's going to take place in the 1960s. Blade is still being worked on. Now, Kang Dynasty is now Doomsday, which is going to be in the 2026, which is the only movie it looks like they have slated for 2026. And in 2027, we'll get Secret Wars.
Is Secret Wars, so they're going up and down. Is that just they can fit it, or is Secret Wars going to be on a streaming service?
Now, this is the funny. No, Secret Wars is a movie. It's a movie, just like any others. And they're all directed by the Russo brothers are going to be directing.
Oh, yeah, I bet people are fucking stoked about them coming back.
And it's just funny. It's just funny because the Secret Wars are going off is not the Secret Wars. I have a collection of action figures right here from 1984 of. No. This is the Secret Wars that they're going off of, the 2015 Secret Wars, which we will talk about later.
Okay. All right.
This, I don't know where, maybe in a certain spoiler section.
Okay.
But all right. But let's move on from MCU. Let's get in some of this other cool stuff that went on. The Penguin, that sounds awesome.
Okay, that comes
They
out
did a trailer of that, and it looks
because
like
that's September,
gangster
right?
shit.
Yeah, it's
Yes,
September. Yeah.
September, one day after my birthday, September
Okay.
19th.
Okay.
Um,
Also, I know what you're doing for your birthday.
yeah, the boys get a prequel, Vought
Another one?
Rising. Yeah, they're getting a prequel, which will just tell the story of the rise of Vought, and it'll be the story of Soldier Boy and Aya Cash.
So V is also a C prequel, right?
No,
V?
Generation V is in between everything
Okay.
going on in the boys.
Because I still need to catch up. So sorry.
It's Generation V is between season 3 and 4.
It's worth watching.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Okay.
Especially when it gets to season 4 because they go back on it. They go
Okay,
back
good.
on it.
Okay.
And there's this whole thing where this where this woman like shrinks down and jerks off a cock. It's really
Oh, that's great. That's great. I want to see
that. Creature Commandos by James Gunn. They show footage of that. That is a bunch of The Bride of Frankenstein, Frankenstein,
Oh, the Universal
Weasel.
Monsters. Yeah.
Yeah, like Universal Monsters, and it's led by Flag from the Suicide Squad and stuff like
Oh,
that. That's an
shit.
animated movie. They showed a teaser of that. Doctor Who is getting a new spin-off. It will be then is reveal a new Doctor Who addition to the franchise that will jump back to the 1970 with the Sea Devils, an ancient group of beings who were raised from the sea. Peacock got a show called Teacups coming out, which is based on the Robert McAdams novel Stinger, blends suspense together with drama. Let's see what it was. Oh, here's the big one. I knew I'm going through all that for bullshit.
Yeah.
The return of everybody's favorite serial killer to TV. The
Dexter?
one, the only Michael C. Hall returns as Dexter. And not just him, though. It's going to be like, if I believe, it's going to be like a prequel series called The Original Sin. So it's going to be like a callback or flashbacks to like the stuff that he did going up. But before that calls you off. Listen to this cast.
Okay.
Playing his dad is going to be Christian Slater.
Ooh.
Sarah Michelle Gellar is in it. Christina Milan is in it, and Patrick Dempsey are all the people rounding up the cast for that.
That's cool, man. That's cool. I mean, like Christian Slater. I want to see more of him.
Yeah, and I mean, to be honest, at least that is like a really, really good. I think that is just. I mean, no matter what that is, dude, I'm down for it. There are other things said here. There's just like things coming up on Star Trek, Star Wars that we all know about, that we've already read about, that they just kind of did. But those were the major announcements. But I want to tell you about the best thing that San Diego Comic-Con did this year.
All right.
San Diego Comic-Con helped with human trafficking sting.
Ooh.
They resulted in 14 arrests and 10 potential victims were recovered from a sting that they did at the San Diego Comic-Con. So they arrested 14 people. Law enforcement used undercover tactics to apprehend both human traffickers and those willing to pay for sex. One of the 10 potential victims was a 14-year-old girl. So,
hey,
fucking A, way to go, San Diego Comic-Con, for doing some cool shit like that. That is awesome. All right, so out of all that, let's jump into some regular good old news. The directors of Borderlands 1 is already looking at Borderlands 2.
Not so fast. Not so fast.
They said that they're going to make enough money. They think they're already going. Gearbox CEO Randy Pitchford teases the possibility of Borderlands 2, revealing that the conversation about a follow-up is already happening before the end of 2024. The Borderlands video game, of course, is a vast popular thing. So hopefully the movie lands.
Well, I hope it's
because I like Borderlands.
I like Borderlands as well. But the thing is, it's more of a rated R, I feel like, thing. Like, and you think about like Fallout, that was rated R, right? Like we saw Fallout the way it was meant to be seen. Are we seeing Borderlands the way it was meant to be seen? I'm not so sure.
Yeah, you never
Yeah.
know. And so it's kind of hard to, be like, until we
It
see
could
it,
be good. I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. That's not. Yeah, we'll talk about it for sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Mark Hamill is set to be in a movie called The Wild Robot. He compares the emotional depth to it and appeal to it as to Star Wars. He feels like it'll have the appeal of Star Wars.
So I saw the preview of this, and this is one of the few movies I'm always like, I want to see that badly. So we're definitely seeing The Wild Robot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely. Anything with Mark Hamill in it. I'm always a big fan of Mark Hamill.
Okay.
Even when he was in like B movies
Okay,
like
yeah.
The Guyver.
Mhm. That's super
Netflix
great, yeah.
is to adopt the hit. Are we delayed like a lot?
We might be.
Yeah,
Okay.
we are. Coming right back, guys. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if it's the 500 miles it takes, but I don't know if it's me or Neil, but we just get off kilter, and I don't know. We'll be back though, and we'll be talking more news, and of course Deadpool and Wolverine, which I know you guys want to hear about. Oh, Neil's back.
Right. Netflix is not the hit psychological thriller novel with the director from Deadpool Wolverine. Yeah, Sean Levy is going to do Never Lie, a popular novel by Frida McFadden, will be adapted into a new TV series. Levy's now getting a close relationship with Netflix. Ever since he did, Stranger Things and stuff like that. So, yeah. I don't even know what it's about because I can barely read this thing. Was a producer. Usually I'm better at this, guys, but I really can't. But so that's cool. I Know What You Did Last Summer sequel director confirms franchise canon status, bucking a horror reboot. Now, the new I Know What You Did Last Summer is going to do like Halloween did. What were the other ones that did it? Candyman, whatever. Yeah, I'm trying to think of all that did it, where they did We Moved On.
Over.
Yeah, we started over. Not started over, that they're continuing on from like the original and adding, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you're retconning, basically. Retconning.
Retconning, like Scream and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so that's the way they're going to go with that. Zack Snyder's next movie is going to be a very small movie, no special effects at all, because he's just going to take a break from the big, huge things. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't feel like anybody is upset with him about.
I think it's strange that Eli Roth is directing Borderlands. I think that's what's strange.
Right.
Yeah.
Superman wrapped filming this week, so that's in the bag.
I bet you're excited. Unless they want to reshoot. They might want to reshoot. Who knows? We'll see.
Yeah. I can't wait for that. I mean, to be honest, that is going to be the one I'm looking forward to one of the most. Kevin Smith released a trailer this weekend at the con that I forgot to talk about. The 430 movie, which everybody thought it was going to be called the 420 movie.
Yeah,
now, the 430 movie is just about kids that are trying to make it to a movie because one of the kids got a date. And it looks really cute. It looks really cool. Justin Long's in it, Jason Lee, Diedrich Varda, Ken Jeong. He's got a good list of people. It's R-rated, looks like a good R-rated comedy, 80s based. It's basically on his like childhood of him trying to get to a movie because his family wouldn't let him go to R-rated movies. All right, let's see here. Remember that movie St. Elmo's Fire?
Yeah, from way back when, yeah.
Yeah, they're making a sequel with the original cast. The Brat Pack has signed back on. Ever since that documentary came out, the Rat Pack's going on, and Rob Lowe has said they're all ready and they're getting the original cast back together to do the movie.
I don't know about that, dude.
Why not? Why not? You know what?
Why not?
Bet you it sounds better than this. Kevin Costner's Horizon 2 is still confirmed to hit after being canceling. Is being going to premiere. After being canceled, it's now going to premiere at festivals like the Venice Film Festival on September 7th, going around instead of its initial theatrical release.
Well, hopefully it works out for him, but I can't see anyone being super excited for part 2 if part 1 no until part 1. You know?
Yeah. Chris, I don't know how you're going to feel about this one, but Carl Urban says he's doing a completely different version of Johnny Cage.
What kind of version of Johnny Cage is it be?
I don't know. They said he's going to dev it from the original video game character. He has a unique take on it, and it may surprise audiences.
Okay. Well, I mean, maybe he's still an actor, so like,
I just don't want it to be like the Joker. You know what I mean? Where I get 9 different Jokers and none of them are the Joker.
Well, I mean, you know, I really think of the first film and think about this is the part where you fall down. You know, like
yeah. In Violent Nature 2 has been confirmed. They're going to be working on that. Yeah,
Vigo. Oh, yeah.
Yes, correct. It is all returning. In Violent Nature 2, the original movie was praised for its unique take. The sequel promises even gorier kills, and the ending of the first movie leaves a possibility of the final girl return. So
see, I was seeing a history of violence, but Violent Nature 2, I never talked about. Yeah. When I said Vigos, yeah, go ahead.
The I Am Legend 2 gets a director, Stephen Caple Jr. If I remember correct. The Transformers. He was with Michael B. Jordan in Creed 2 and Transformers: Rise of the Beast. So
we'll see if this thing gets made because they've been talking about I Am Legend 2 for 10 years now. You know, like,
yeah, but now they got a script. They got Will Smith. They got Michael B. Jordan, and they got a director. I mean, I don't know. You know that's with the 50 years of Saturday Night Live coming up, there will be a movie released. The biopic start Saturday Night Live to be released at the same day as the show's first episode. So on October 11th, which was 1975, was the first episode. That is when the new show. It's directed by Jason Reitman, written by Gil Kennan and Reitman. So it is about the first episode of Saturday Night Live. We got everybody from Daniel O'Brien, Gabriel LaBelle, Corey Michael Smith. I mean, there's so many names here. John Batista, Ella Cooper Hoffrey. I can't even read half these. J.K. Simmons, William Dafoe. It's just a huge list of people that are going to be playing the cast. So can't wait. That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris, remember Cocaine Bear?
I remember Cocaine Bear. Are we getting
now we have no. Now we have Meth Gator.
Okay, I'm really excited. That sounds pretty awesome.
The asylum, which is known for a cinematic classic like Ape versus Mecha Ape, Android Cop, Mecha Shark versus Mecha Shark, or Mega Shark versus Mecha Shark, Avengers Grim Time Wars, and of course Sharknado, is now unleashing the drug-fueled beast upon the world, the form of Meth Gator, and what's sure to be a masterpiece creature feature. Meth Gator promises to bring more chaos than last year's Cocaine Bear. Police warn residents to refrain from flashing methamphetamine down the toilet to prevent meth gators. So I don't know what it's all about, but hey, whatever. All right, couple last things. Last thing, Scream 7 will follow Sidney Prescott.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, we all pretty much realize that.
Yeah. That's fun.
National Treasure 3 is now in the final mixes.
Is Cage part of that?
Yes, all the above. They weren't part of this. They weren't part of the show, but now they're part of the.
Okay.
But they're part of the movie.
I want to mention something real quick. So this September, the Screen Armor is doing something called Cage Match, where they show 5 Nick Cage films. So they're showing Con Air, they're showing National Treasure, they're showing. God, there's so many. Hold on, but they're showing. Regardless, showing 5 Nick Cage films. And it's the last 9.5 hours. So if you guys want to see 9.5 hours of 5 movies Nick Cage is in, you guys can go to Screenline in September. I don't know if I can do 9 hours.
All right. And last but not least, a new Shakespeare adaptation of King Lear. It's called Lear Rex. Is going to be filmed, and it is an all-star cast. We're talking Ariana. Okay. Well, first it's Al Pacino and Jessica Chastain. Then it's Ariana DeBose, Rachel Bronson, also known as Miss Maisel, Lakeith Stanfield, Peter Dinklage, Chris Messon, Ted Levin, Danny Houston, Matthew Jacobs, Ruz Coro, Stephen Dorff. I think that's it, and Stephen Dorff. So, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
I mean, we didn't have a problem with good old Denzel coming up. But Chris, man, I think it's time, man. We got a lot to go over.
Let's
We
get
got
to
a
it.
world to conquer, and there's only one way to do it, and that is with the Disney. That was the Movies Don't Suck and Some They Do news. I told Chris a bunch of stuff. He liked it because if he didn't, he'd have to find a new partner.
All right, guys, we're talking Deadpool Wolverine.
I got so many backgrounds. I got to find the perfect one.
Okay,
It's like
when we start
you
out.
can't even see any of them. Oh, here, that would be the best one, I guess. We'll go with that one.
Okay, all right. This stars.
Wait.
This is directed by.
That one's better.
Okay. Yeah, it's better. This Deadpool Wolverine, directed by Sean Levy. He directed Free Guy, Adam Project, not Arrival, but he directed some Stranger Things, The Free Guy, which in the United Museum Secret the Tomb. This stars, of course, the Deadpool himself, Wade Wilson, Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, hello.
Hugh Jackman plays Logan / Wolverine.
No. I know, I understand. This is a long way.
Rob Delaney plays Peter.
Peter. Am I getting catfished here, or any powers you want to tell us about? Any?
No, I don't have one. I just saw the ad. No.
It also stars Emma Corrin as Cassandra Nova.
You know, I loved you so much.
Also, this stars Matthew McFadden as Mr. Paradox.
Sporus was a young slave boy.
This also, I'm gonna be careful. I don't want to give away anyone in this one. This also has people from the previous ones, like Rita Backerman plays Vanessa, Leslie Uggins who plays Blind Owl, and I have to go through this. I don't want to give away.
Just
anyone.
stop. Okay,
Right.
The people that are in the other Deadpools are in this Deadpool.
That's Cable.
People.
That's so Cable.
Besides, well, I mean, neither is like whatever. But yeah, the most of the people that were in the Deadpool universe are in it.
Get the storyline.
Oh yeah, a listless Wade Wilson tolls away in civilian life with his days as morale flexibility mercenary. Deadpool behind him. But when his home world faces an existential threat, Wade must recollect. Okay.
We sure the whole thing over because it's more really flexible, and then reluctantly.
Yeah. A listless Wade Wilson tolls away in civilian life with his days as the morally flexible mercenary Deadpool behind him. But when his homeworld faces an existential threat, Wade must reluctantly suit up again with an even more reluctant Wolverine.
So, I'll start here, okay? And Neil, I'm gonna ask you a favor to behave yourself, okay? I have mostly nice things to say and a few gripes. And Neil, I'm gonna assure you right now, I like this movie. Okay, I like this movie. This is a good movie, but you need to calm down. If I say something, if I say something that you don't like, all right? So,
all right.
This movie is fucking hilarious. It's a very, very, very funny movie. And to me, this is a more comedy than action in that aspect. To me, I think I laughed really hard much as this is a very funny
Look
movie.
into their eyes and tell them what you think.
I'm looking straight into Deadpool's eyes, and it's a very funny movie. And there are, and it's got a lot of surprises. It's got a lot of fan service. And I'll say it's a slag. It's a real love letter to the fans of this, and it has a lot of self-referential humor from to shade thrown at Disney, shade thrown at Fox, and even shade thrown at Marvel. Um, and it's a very, very fun movie. It's fun. I'm not gonna be anything. We'll talk more about the really cool stuff in this in the spoiler section. So I'm gonna hit this kind of quick, but there are a few problems I have with it. Well, it's a
What do
fun
you have with
movie. It's a fun movie, and I think I enjoyed myself watching this movie. I do think that I do think there's a little bit of problem with the craft of it. So the storyline itself is very, very thin, and I think and they stretch this out into 2 hours, and that's short by Marvel standards. But the storyline is so thin, I don't think it supports 2 hours and 8 minutes. Maybe they could have done it better, but the storyline to me is kind of it's kind of secondary because this movie is to so we can spend time with these two characters, right? That's it delivers on what it promised. Deadpool and Wolverine. We got plenty of time at Deadpool and Wolverine. And this time anything away. They go in some of the background, like in the void, like anything away. The void. I feel like we have these two great characters, and we stick them in one of the most boring parts of this movie. Like they have these two things, but the background itself is just blank. I feel like they could have maybe color corrected it, make it more interesting that way. And to me, there are only really two good fight scenes in this. It's the beginning part with the credits, and then I'm gonna save minivan. Those are really two good fight scenes. The other ones are kind of almost Michael Bay-esque and how it's hard to see what's going on. They're fun. This whole movie's hilarious, and I enjoyed it. I think it's a more fun movie than an actual good movie. But it's not a slag. It's more fun than it is. There's problems with the craft, like the pacing. Anytime there's any exposition, it sort of slows down the momentum of it. And I like I said, Neil, I like this movie. I like it. I just wanted to like it more.
Yeah. I get where you're going with the exposition parts and
Mhm.
stuff like that, and I get it. But I feel like they had to do that to try to get everybody else up to speed.
I
Now,
also think maybe
some
some of the cameos might have sucked a lot of money out of the budget. So like because it was filmed, it was filmed just in basically just green screen a lot of it, which is
I mean, it's Disney. They got the Disney money now. So Disney money, they can definitely afford it.
Yeah.
But like things that you said, I think as much as this is a major blockbuster, and it
Yeah.
is, it's $600 million. It's
Oh
already
yeah,
made $600
this
million.
is fucking everyone's seen this thing. Everyone.
Everybody has seen it twice now.
Yeah.
I know people that's already seen it three times.
Are you gonna see it the second time? You might, right?
I'm not.
Okay, yeah.
I've already seen it 4 times.
Okay, all right, yeah. All right, I got you.
Yeah. We'll say that. How about we say it that
Okay.
way?
Okay.
But like this is just one of those movies that as much it's great for people to watch that don't know anything, even though if they watch the MCU and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But this was a fan service movie, man. This is one to end the Fox universe.
Yeah, it's a love letter to Fox. It's a love letter to basically what allowed this to happen. Yeah.
Yeah. It's the way to end the Fox universe. And at the same time, it's a way to bring the two characters that everybody's been wanting into the MCU. That was the whole part. That's the whole thing in this movie. And it helps kind of clean up the timelines and everything and say, hey, guess what? Fuck all that. We did it. We tried. It didn't really work. We tried.
Yeah.
We understand. We hear you now. We hear that we fucked up all the multiverse saga bullshit. I mean, I think Deadpool even says the line somewhere in this movie where he says it's time to cut, just take the loss, take the L.
I do want to mention that everyone in this plays their part. Ryan Reynolds is great, perfect. Right? I mean, we both know Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman. Know those characters are playing great.
1 second. I was going to finish up
Okay,
with
sorry.
I was going to make a point about something you said. The representation of what you said of like there's a part when they're driving through the void and it's just kind of like dull.
Mhm.
That just tells me you didn't catch any of it.
I caught a lot of it.
No, like during the void when they're driving through, there's like so many Easter eggs everywhere.
Okay, fine. I'll let you
Yeah,
do that.
yeah. I'll when we get to like later, I have a list that I literally
Okay.
had to cut it short
Okay.
and just try to be like, here's this, and this, and this, or I'm
Okay.
just gonna be like, don't ask, but this
Okay,
is just what it is.
fine.
But if you know what they are, there are so many like little things to Fox Cinema the World, the Cinematic World, the MCU. Like there's little mixtures in there on
Mhm.
that void. So you being like, and I'm not going to say you're a novice. I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean it like you don't deep dive into these movies like the uber nerds do and stuff like that.
Right.
So I don't mean that by a bad saying it anyway, but those parts to like it was like, oh, they're driving through. Is that? Wait a minute. Is that? No way. Is that like there is a part? I'll give you there's a part where Wolverine and Deadpool fall down onto a part of the void, and right next to Deadpool is an Easter egg, like a major fucking Easter egg. And a lot of people just missed it. Like they're showing you where they're taking not just this movie, but the whole MCU just by the little Easter eggs they're showing you. They're showing you this is the way we're going.
Can I ask you a question about Cassandra Nova?
Yes. We'll
I
get into
didn't
her in a little bit.
Dude, I thought that the villain was kind of weak. I thought we had Mr. Paradox and Cassandra. Like, what the fuck's happening? Like, who are we supposed to like? Like I don't know. But I just
Cassandra Nova.
okay. That's a weird picture of her, but yeah, I guess that's her.
There she is.
Yeah.
I'd make sure I didn't grab because I have pictures ready for the spoiler section.
Okay.
I didn't want to grab but yeah, Cassandra Nova. By any means, her backstory is really cool. We'll talk about it more in the spoiler section, her real backstory and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, she is the sister of Chris, as they say it, that she's the sister of Charles Xavier in this. And I mean, you can obviously tell if you look at her what she's supposed to be a copy of.
I mean, she's ball and stuff.
So I don't feel like that's much of a spoiler. But I agree on that part. I agree that she felt like a threat, but she didn't feel like I feel like they had too many threats.
I thought the thing, and this is a problem I have with most MCU movies as of late. I didn't feel like there were that many stakes. Like the stakes weren't that high because I knew it was gonna happen. Because so like I didn't feel any. Like I said, this movie is to spend time with these two characters and make you laugh your ass off. So stakes weren't needed. But I feel like if you're gonna have it there, it should be something that you really care about. I just didn't think we got that. Like I said, this is a very funny movie. It's a fucking hilarious. I've laughed more in this one than I have anywhere else. I had a smile on my face a lot of the time in this movie.
Oh yeah.
But,
one of the things that I love was the CEO of Disney. I mean, Mr. Paradox. Just saying I'm just gonna get rid of all of the shit.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. I thought it was good fine.
Yeah. But do you wanna give your score and I'll give mine? Then we'll actually get the spoiler part because that's where we're gonna have most to talk about, I think.
Oh yeah, I think that's where we got the most to talk about, and a few people here that are sticking around, I'm guessing, wanted to get to that. All right, man.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. 4.9. All right, I won't do it. 4.9 because I do agree with you. There is a little passion there and stuff like that. But man, is this not a Deadpool movie? This is like the most comic booky movie in the entire world, where someone finally said, "Oh shit, just let them have at it. Just let them do it. This is the guidelines they got to follow." I don't know if Kevin Feige If you don't know this, though, there is a certain person that worked on the X-Men original movies that bitched about all the shit that they were doing wrong, and that was an associate producer known as
John Favreau. I don't know, man. What?
Kevin Foggy.
Okay. Oh
On
wow.
the
Okay.
Brian Sing, he was an associate producer on, and the go-to. They wouldn't allow comic books on the set, and he was the go-to comic book guy that everybody had to go talk to, like Hugh Jackman and stuff. It's like, I've been working with him since the first X-Men.
So my score in this is 4.3. I liked it. I thought it was really funny. To me, this is a comedy, and it's a movie for people. It's a love letter to Neil, basically. And so
Yeah, it is. It's a love letter to people like me.
yeah,
I mean, we this definitely was all about, hey, dude, what can we do to make sure everybody's happy and we can just move on to the next part of the universe?
And so to me, it's not the best movie I've seen this year, but it's really funny. And it's more of a fun movie than a good movie to me because it crashed a little bit there. But like I can tell Neil he was just himself all the time.
I laughed so many times at the dumbest fucking things that nobody else got. I was like in the theater seeing things, and I'm just like I was like, ha, 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 ha. And people were just like, I don't even know why that guy's laughing that hard. That's really insane. He must be mentally ill.
All right, Neil, I'm on RottenTomatoes.com. What is the audience score for Deadpool Wolverine?
Audience score is going to give an 87.
96%. They're with you.
96. Woo!
Yeah. All right, Neil, what is the critic score for Deadpool Wolverine?
81.
Certified Fresh is 79. It was 81 for a little bit, but went down a little because people like to have their opinions in a bunch, and they had to be contrarians. Okay, the critics' consensus is Ryan Reynolds makes himself at home with the MCU with the acerbic wit, while Hugh Jackman provides an adamantium backbone to proceedings in Deadpool Wolverine, an irreverent romp with a surprising soft spot for a bygone era of superhero movies. I'm going to read a bad review and a good review. Starting with the bad. This is from Justin Chang, NPR. He goes, quote, I'm not entirely immune to the charms of this approach. There's one casting choice particularly that made me smile, almost in spite of myself. It's not enough to make the movie feel less like a self-cannibalizing slog. So there's that. And here's that. Yeah. And then here's a good review from Kevin Carr, fat guy at the movies. He says, Deadpool and Wolverine is a full-blown comedy disguised as a messy and often inappropriately violent action film. For those who've been waiting to see something like this, it's an absolute blast. And Neil,
that's what I got to say. I know. We I don't think I really covered it that well, but that's what I really liked about this movie was not just the comic book stuff and stuff like that. It really was the straight guy with the funny guy. It was like that Harvey. It was like Martin and Lewis. It was like that the Odd Couple worked out so well.
And also the past two movies, fucking Deadpool has been talking about Wolverine. And he finally got
he finally gets Wolverine. I mean, it's the only way that the Deadpool series could have progressed.
Yeah.
I mean, the Wolverine music box and Deadpool 2, he had the face mask that he stapled on his face, and I mean, it literally talks about, fondling his balls in the first talking segment on
the first
Deadpool. I accidentally unplugged my laptop. There we go.
Okay,
anyway,
so I'm gonna go ahead and I'll put the outro. If you guys come back next week, we're doing Trap and probably The Instigators on Apple TV with Matt Damon.
Yeah. That looked good. That looked good. So
okay,
more likely, Trap for sure. Trap for sure.
Trap,
we know that.
Trap for sure. And I think Mark's gonna jump on for this, but
dude, that's awesome. We love Mark. So Mark's gonna be with us next week, more likely, and if he isn't, he's a bitch.
All right, guys. So we'll see you next week. And if you guys want to stick around for the spoilers, we'll get into them. But I gotta say, guys, if you haven't seen the movie, don't ruin it for yourself. I'm being honest. Don't ruin it for yourself.
No. Wait, don't go get these spoilers. Go watch the spoilers. I mean, literally, if you haven't, I mean, everywhere now, everything, like TikTok, YouTube, all of them, like every video is a spoiler.
Yeah,
it
if you guys
seems
catch
like.
this on the podcast, pause it or take it out. Like, get off your bike. And I know some of you guys are running shit on your bike or something. I'm sorry, but you got if you don't want to spoil
You
yourself,
got to pause it. We're giving you plenty of time. I feel
Yeah,
like
yeah,
at this
yeah.
point, we're almost
Okay.
like a minute and a half of telling you it's spoiler time.
Okay. All right, we'll see
That
you guys
was
next.
Yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Thank you for being around. This ain't a normal outro. Just saying, Deadpool rock. Go see it. Thelma rock. They're both good movies. They did not suck. Have a good time. Have a good life. Don't kill anybody. If you do, hide them in the woods. All right, spoilers are good. Now look, Chris, not only am I going to tell you spoilers, this is the first time I've ever done this. I'm actually going to have spoiler facts at the bottom of the podcast as well.
Okay, real quick, I do want to mention. Okay, so I'm gonna read this spoiler. It says, "An ad in the bus reads your friendly neighborhood cleaners, Stanley Steamer," which is obviously not the Marvel Comics Stanley. It comes with a picture of him, and also you need your friendly neighborhood. You think Spider-Man. So
right now, how do we do this? Well, I kind of did in order.
Okay.
But I'll just jump around and I'll just go through seeing what I think is actually kind of important and stuff like that.
Okay.
Like, I mean, we know who the TVA is if you watch Loki. Obviously, when Deadpool said 206 bones in the human body, 207 if you watch Gilmore Girls, that's because his wife Blake is in it.
Blake. Did you like his differential? He mentioned Blake. Well, yeah. Okay.
It's insane. Now, if you didn't know where this movie starts or where Deadpool ended in between this and then, like in Deadpool 2, everybody was snapped.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so this is like so many years, everybody's finally back from the snap.
Yeah.
Or the blimp or whatever you want to call it.
Starts out with Happy at the Avengers thing. That was pretty cool. I like that one.
Where the movie starts, where Deadpool's there, talking to Happy Hogan, that would have been right around the time that Civil War was going on.
Oh yeah.
So that's why he's in there. And there's like so many Easter eggs in that fucking office. So yeah, that is like when they're looking for new recruits during the whole fighting scene for Civil War. Now, in Happy's office or Tony Stark's office, you see the Captain America cards that Coulson had.
Yep.
You see the Mark II helmet from Iron Man, where that Howard in the first movie is like, maybe next time. Tony Stark Peter Parker photo, but if you notice, it was covered by a kid's mask, which gives the thing that everybody always thought Iron Man 2, that little kid that had the mask on was Peter Parker.
Yeah,
that's what they're showing, that is Peter Parker. And they blocked Tom Holland because Tom Holland's image is only allowed to be in so many Marvel movies.
That's right.
Yeah, so that's why the picture was blocked with the toy helmet. Also, prototype Captain America's shield, of course, is in there. Proof Tony had a heart, his first reactor, which shows that this is like before his clip and all that. You've seen Ultron's head from Age of Ultron, the Forbes magazine with Pepper Potts, the suitcase armor from Iron Man 2, poster of the Stark Expo. And yeah, so that's the little Easter eggs that was in the office of why he's just sitting there. All right, let's get to something cool. The Wade was looking to matter in the story, right? So that was the story. Like he was looking to matter. So this is a reference to Marvel movies that were made in the Fox universe because they don't matter in the MCU.
Yeah,
and
all the cameos come in basically from those Fox movies.
Yeah, and so like all that. A thing I don't think anybody knows. I don't even think you really know this. Blind Owl in the comic books isn't Deadpool's friend. She's a blind old lady that he kidnapped and keeps prisoner in a apartment as his best friend. So anytime shit goes down, he just goes and visits her, be like, hey, you know, blah, 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 blah. And that's why she gives him attitude all the time. Because she's like, I don't give a fuck what you're doing, bro. You like literally you're one of the guys. You got me here kidnapped. I'm here.
Did she snort coke in the comic books?
Oh yeah. Of course, a lot of drug use.
That was the only problem with having like I know they didn't do drugs in this. They didn't even show it basically, but he didn't. Deadpool basically did it in the last two, and not in this. Who knows? Like Disney stopped them from snorting coke. You know what I mean?
They did. I mean, that one scene where he just puts a whole bag in there.
Yeah.
I mean, like with a healing factor, how much coke can you actually blow?
That's probably fun.
All of it, right? Right?
Yeah. You probably snort it all. Yeah.
The apartment number on the apartment they were in was apartment 17, which is the amount of Fox Marvel movies that are in existence. I know, right? They know how to do that. Says he does not kiss on the mouth, which of course was a reference to Pretty Woman. Pegging is not new to him. Of course, a reference to the sex scene in the original Deadpool. Paradox, who we meet, is an annulus, just like Owen Wilson or Morpheus in Loki. So that's the same person. And if you notice the way that it's staged though in his area, unlike Morpheus, is like it was like the Empire, like in Star Wars, because he thinks he's above everybody,
Yeah.
and everybody's below him. So I thought that was really cool. You do what you. I don't even want to go through all the images on the TV screen. We all know you saw. Deadpool's katanas are called BR and SD. Why?
Tell me.
It is for Betty, Blanche, Rose, Sophia, Dorothy. It is the Golden Girls. Because everybody knows Deadpool has an obsession with B. Arthur. He wanks it a lot to
B. Arthur,
we get the comic accurate costume for the first time with the Deadpool logos and stuff like that. And the adamantium swords.
Yes.
If you hear the word anchor being, it's just like the Nexus that they explained in a Loki season. So that was pretty cool. Power of Love by Huey Lewis, and the news was playing as he's doing the time traveling bit, which comes from what famous time traveling movie?
Back to the Future.
Yeah, that's a good spoiler.
I want to mention that the music in this is fantastic. Like Backstreet Instinct at the beginning of it, and then fucking Goo Goo Dolls near the end of it. I love that. So yeah, I want to mention that. I love the music in this. So.
Now, I'm trying to, man, my computer's just going so slow. But anyway, here we go. And it's about time we talk about the big part, one of the big parts of the movie. When Deadpool goes through time looking for different, I'm going to take the captions off of these. The big part when Deadpool goes through time finding all these different Wolverines.
All variants.
Yes. First one, of course, is the actual sized Wolverine shown here. Wolverine is only 5'4". He is not. He is not. Yeah. When Hugh Jackman became Wolverine, in the when he got cast for the first X-Men, people were pissed because they're like, it should be like Danny DeVito because he's short, and stuff like that.
Because that's what they call him, Wolverine. I got you right.
Yeah. So the next one, of course, is which one was it? Okay, it's the one-armed Wolverine from the Apocalypse, the Age of Apocalypse, which I jizzed my pants almost over that one. That one, I never thought I'd see an Age of Apocalypse Wolverine ever. And I was just so happy about that. I think the next one is Patch, if I remember. patch is a 2022 one where Wolverine is like a secret agent, and he does the patch, the eye patch, because he loves Nick Fury. He's like kind of mocking Nick Fury
gotcha.
with that and stuff like that. So that's funny that I've had to wear an eye patch these days and patches. Anyway, then there's the scene from Uncanny X-Men cover 220. Wrong thing. Wrong way. One too many. There we go. The Uncanny 251, which that's the cover of that. That's an infamous comic book amongst the collectors, so that's why they showed
Are
that
those
one.
bloody skulls? Is that what I saw?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's of all the people alive. The Reavers, led by Lady Deathstroke, take over X-Men Australia, and that's the dead X-Men in the Australia base. And they crucify Wolverine, and he's saved by Jubilee. Where Jubilee, that's the first time they ever meet.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. Old Man Logan. Where's Old Man Logan? Old Man Logan. Boom, boom. Old Man Logan. That's the cowboy guy that has the shotgun, shoots the guy. I mean, the other one was Cavill. I don't think I have one for him, but we all saw Henry Cavill. That was awesome. Henry Cavill's Wolverine.
I think you probably threw back your head laughing at that.
Oh, dude, I was so happy. And that line, "Oh, we'll treat you a lot better than those shitbags down the road." Just so funny because the guy running that studio is the same guy that the Guardians of the Galaxy, for God's sake. Then we got the yellow and brown with one of my favorite like comic book covers of all time, where the Hulk is being reflected in the blades. They did that for a few quick seconds. Also reference to the first time Hulk Deadpool putting those blades on at the beginning. He made a joke about this, but originally those didn't come out of him. Those were gloves that he wore.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. And so that's why they kind of made the joke like, "Oh, I'm not used to this, blah, 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 blah." Okay, let's see now. So they mirrored that. Let's see what's the next thing. Boop, boom, boom. No, not here. Not there yet. When he sees the custom under the shirt thing, of course, takes 20 years to that, the 20 years reference. Oh, that only took 20 years to get. That was referencing that, they never did it before. Wolverine does, he goes, this is a Wolverine that can do musicals, talking about Hugh Jackman, who does everything from Boy Named Oz to Oklahoma.
The Greatest Showman, man. The Greatest Showman. Like, I know you have that. I know you do.
All right. Now, the Void, which we had talked about earlier, and you're kind of like, all right, when they first get to the Void.
Real quick, were there Star Wars stuff in the Void?
No.
Okay.
It wasn't Star Wars. I'll tell you what it all is here in a little bit, because I have it all listed.
Okay.
But this is the first thing you see. Right next to Deadpool in the dirt is this comic book. They're leading us to Secret Wars Doctor Doom, where Doctor Doom, what he does is he recreates the world in his own image, and he's a god. Like, he makes himself God. And that's what they all go against. So that was like just a, hey, that's what's coming right there.
Okay.
That's where we're going.
Okay.
Now, in the Void, I don't have pictures or anything like that because it took me forever to download everything. But first thing you see is Thor's winged helmet from the comic.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yep, you see the original Captain America shield, the square, the triangle one, not the circular one. You see the Chitauri alien ship from the Avengers.
Okay.
You see the Ferris wheel from Fantastic Four, Rise of the Silver Surfer in the background.
I never saw that one, so.
Yeah, you see the shield carrier ship in the background.
Mhm.
The top of the Harbor Center from Vancouver, where Ryan Reynolds is from. The 20th Century Fox logo, of course, which was pruned from that reality.
Yeah.
And then you see, that's all the parts you see why they're driving through it and going through that part of the universe. Now,
you want to talk about the cameo in that part of it?
Do you mean the Ryan Reynolds Deadpool?
No, I'm talking about the Human Torch.
Oh, we'll get to that in just a second.
Okay, all right.
But Chris Evans returns. Now, That's actually the next thing that's on my
Oh,
list right
yeah,
here. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So Chris Evans returns, and what they do to fool even the comic book nerds. So
Yeah.
this is what they did, dude. I don't know if the
I noticed
outfit
this.
he was wearing.
Yeah, yeah. It was red and blue. It was red and blue, and you're thinking it's Captain America.
That is the old Captain America from Earth X. That
Ooh,
is
okay.
what he actually wears in the outfit that Johnny's wearing, or Chris Evans is wearing, is the Captain America outfit from Earth X.
Yeah.
Until he takes it off, and it's just the, Fantastic Four because he's Johnny Storm. Oh my god, that made me laugh so hard.
I bet you were. I bet you were so excited.
I was snorting laughing,
Yeah.
and I had to like cover my mouth and like be like, "Oh my god, I need to stop
So-
this right now."
So that was one of the ones that spoiled me before I saw the movie. By the way,
Huh?
that was one of the ones that spoiled me before I saw the movie.
Oh, that sucks.
There's another one spoiled, but other than that, everything else was a surprise to me.
All right, so then when all the bad guys show up, everything's been Mad Max
Yeah.
looking, but the vehicles they had was Fantastic Four car that they used in the Fox shows, the Red Skull's car from First Avenger, the Cupcake truck from Moon Knight, and the Hydra vehicles from First Avenger. So if it looked Star Trek-y or Star Wars-y, it was because it was the Hydra technology and stuff like that. Tyler Mane, first time return as Sabretooth since X-Men 1. So that was good for him.
Do you wish Lee Shiro would have shown up in it though?
Huh?
Do you wish Lee Shiro would have shown up in it?
No, I mean I like the way they went,
Okay, all right.
It's like it gave him his, farewell to the character because he was upset he didn't even get a phone call for Origins, So I feel like that's what they did here. I feel like everybody that wanted to be a part of the universe or continue with the universe, and they finally got their, hey, here it is. Thank you for being a friend.
Okay. Fair enough.
All right. So the cameos with Cassandra Nova's group, Aziel from the First Class, the Red Demon guy, Striped Shirt guy was the Russian from the Punisher series. We got the Juggernaut from Last Stand, but it wasn't Vinnie Jones because he said, "I'm not putting that shit back on." So instead, that was the guy who played Guy in Free Guy.
Yeah.
We saw Lady Deathstrike strike in the back, Toad from the X-Men movies. Now, here it is. Now, Cassandra Nova is a twin sister to Charles Xavier, but she really wasn't a twin sister. She was an intergalactic being that tried to suck the power off of Charles by entering the mother's womb. And when he realized this, he killed her. And when he killed her, she kind of formed out like a goo out into the world and like was on the side of a subway where she got enough energy finally to transform into a human being. And that was what made her an energy and form. Now, the thing for her is the massacre that happens on the X-Men island that everybody, Jasa, I mistyped it, so I don't know how to pronounce it.
Okay.
But the island that all the X-Men were their safe haven where they got massacred, that was reflected in an X-Men 97, the new cartoon series. She was the actual one in the comics that destroyed it and destroyed everybody on it. So that was her comic reference, but this is a different version. This is a variant, as you would say,
Yeah.
When Chris Evans gets the back end of a deal, and then Deadpool says he's not even my favorite Chris. That's honestly referencing all the other Chris's like Pike, and all Hemsworth, and all the other ones that are out there. Wolverine automatically knows what a Sentinel jet foot is and uses it to just fly off out of there, which I thought was cool. Then they ended up in Joe's Diner, which is literally every comic book guy has been in Joe's Diner. Every comic book at some time is flung in there. The X-Men, the Avengers, Deadpool, Hydra. Everybody's been in Joe Diner at some point. Mary Poppins, aka Dogpool, which, if you go back and when Ryan Reynolds was doing the interview work for Deadpool 2, he says, if we do another one, I want Dogpool and Wolverine. And he got them both.
Nice fool, and he's like, "Who said this?" Yeah, I read the fourth wall too. The proposal. Which,
When music's switching off, you hear The Greatest Showman when they're fighting in the Hyundai, the Honda Odyssey, which I'm sure the sales are going to go through the roof.
yeah, I see for sure.
When they're driving through the wasteland there, you see the ring ships from Thanos in the
Okay.
background. The music that's on the radio is The Greatest Showman from and then it goes to Grease, the One That I Want, which is a song about telling each other what you need out of a partner.
Yeah, it's sweet.
See?
Yeah, it's sweet.
All right, Cassandra, let's see. Oh, Cassandra's team is flying the Avengers flag, which was awesome, but it had the But then let's talk about the major one. Here it is. They got the boys all back together. The ones that nobody knew would ever come back. X-23. Gambit, played by Channing Tatum.
I know that movie's stuck in development hell for probably 15 years now, and we
I
finally
know.
we finally get to see him.
Him and Ryan Reynolds are buddies. They just did Free Guy, so I'm guessing as soon as they did Free Guy or whatever, he's like, "Come on, dude, come on."
The Gambit was ruined for me too, but I was really happy to see him.
Yeah. Blade, Wesley Snipes. That means,
yeah, my God.
That means Ryan Reynolds and him put down that,
Yeah.
that they hated each other rivalry. And Jennifer Garner as Elektra. I mean, that is just insane, dude.
You probably would have lost your mind if Ben Affleck would have showed up, wouldn't you?
Yeah. But then they did the throwaway that he died, and Quicksilver died, and they're like, which ones? Which version?
Yeah.
My favorite one was they said that the Punisher was also in the void,
Yeah.
and Deadpool asked which one. There has been 4, because there have been 4 different Punishers.
Yeah.
Thomas Jane, Ryan, Ray Winstone, Dolph Lundgren, and John Bernthal.
What's your favorite one of those 4?
It matters on what you're going to go with. If you want the gory violence, right away, Winstone's great. Dolph Lundgren makes it, the non-emotion really well, because he was just a non-emotional actor. But John Bernthal's the best. He just combines them all together.
Okay.
Reference, this will never be, there'll never be another Blade. That's actually a tongue-in-cheek to the problems they're having trying to film the new Blade.
Yeah, Marshall at least will see Blade, but I'd be okay with Wesley Snipes coming back, honestly.
Blade says the famous line, "Some motherfuckers are always trying to skate uphill." That is actually from Blade 2.
Yeah.
Cassandra's wearing the sunglasses she stole in Logan.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, they did really good. I'm trying to go through as many of these as possible. Cassandra's guns were from Hydra. Deadpool calls Wolverine PG-13. Mr. PG-13, since all his movies were PG-13 until Deadpool came out and they went rated R.
I love fucking Logan still. Logan's probably my favorite Marvel film still. Bro.
Oh yeah, it's a great. I mean, that and Captain America: Winter Soldier. I love Winter Soldier. I love Winter Soldier.
All right, yeah.
When they come out right before the big famous scene, when they're coming out to Like a Prayer, if you look behind them, there's a store named Life Fields Just Feet. It's a poke at the co-creator of Deadpool, who can't draw feet. When they travel to the fortress, they pass by the ruins of Asgard and also the Guardians of the Galaxy ship, the Benatar.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, see? So like I said, the Void had all this stuff in it. If you saw it, you'd be like, I know that thing. If you're a super geek. I did the Stanley. All right, so here they are. The other thing that we're all wanted to talk about. The other team that we need to talk about. The Deadpool Corps.
So I do know that who played the Lady Pool, by the way.
Who played Lady Pool?
Blake Lively.
Blake Lively did play Lady Pool. Now, this is from the comic book, Deadpool versus Deadpool, where Deadpool is trying to get himself killed because he just wanted to die. He was suicide. So he made a group of Deadpool people to actually kill him.
Yeah.
And so I only got a couple photos of like different Deadpool references and stuff like that. But the ones that we see is Lady Deadpool, Kid Deadpool, Head Deadpool, Rowan Deadpool, Cowboy Deadpool, who is voiced by none other
Matt
than
McConaughey. Matthew McConaughey.
Matthew McConaughey. And who did Headpool?
Nathan Fillion, right?
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
And then we have Baby Pool, Welsh Pool, who's obviously a kick to his soccer team, Golden Age Deadpool, Zen Pool, Deadpool 2099, which was the robot. I don't know if she's in any of these pedos I have. I don't think she's in any of those. No, she's not. Scottish Pool, and yeah, these are all inspired by the Deadpool kills Deadpool. Now, we're almost at the end of this guy, so I cut a lot out of them too. The best thing. Oh, there's a reference to Raymond Chan, right in the background. If you don't know, it's just a little sign in the back when they're busting out the back of the bus. That was a supervising art director for many of the Marvel movies, and this one he passed away earlier this year after finishing this movie. So sad, Raymond Chan. But then we get the moment I didn't even know was in this fucking movie. And it made me so happy. It just made me so happy. We got the Wolverine mask for the first time ever. Like we got like what did we get? Like a little cut of one out of something. Yeah, what was it? A deleted scene where he gets the costume out after Origins, but we never saw it. But man, when he put on that mask, I was like, oh, it's fucking on like Donkey Kong. I was so excited. Then they did the glass door thing, which was obviously a reference to Death of Spock, Wrath of Khan. They saved the timeline, and because now they're all in the 616 MCU.
Sacred Timeline, right?
Yep, Sacred Timeline, the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And they eat shawarma, just like the post-credit scene in Avengers.
They
have a family dinner together all at the end, just like Fast and the Furious. And then in credits, whatever, man. I'm not even gonna list.
Did
them
you
all.
cry?
Dude, it was a pretty those were.
Yeah, okay, you cried. You cried.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, I had a tear in my eye, and
That's when they really. That's when they really a fond farewell to the Fox films. Like not necessarily they weren't talking to shit. They were showing the best parts. Like because we grew up on that shit. You grew up on that shit.
From what is it 2000 to 2017. So I mean 17 years. I mean every X-Men movie, all of them, Daredevil, Fantastic Four 1 and 2, and even 2015 was referenced. All three of the Blade movies were referenced, and Logan was referenced. Like literally all those were referenced.
I think Neil, did you shed a tear or two of that, or could you?
What?
Did you shed a tear or two when you were watching that?
Oh, I mean, yeah. I mean, at the time, I didn't have palsy yet, so like,
well, your theater was 100% full, wasn't it?
What's that?
Yeah. When did you see it? Saturday?
Yeah, I saw it. No, Friday. I saw it Friday because
my
wife. My wife took off for 2 days with some friends out on a camping trip or whatever, and I was like, I wanted to go to like social media, talk to my friends and stuff and see where everybody was at or things to go do and stuff like that. And I couldn't because everything was spoilers. So I was like, whatever, man. So I actually went and seen it in 3D.
Oh, yeah. It was a good time.
Yeah, I went and seen it in 3D and had a good time. Like literally, it was a good movie. I loved it. I think I think it was a great way for them to end the Fox universe and be like, hey, look, we know they fucked some of that shit up, but there's still movies that people love in the Marvel in the real world and stuff like that. I mean, they grew up just like how the older people think the Star Wars movie or the newer ones or the old are like, they suck, prequels suck, I don't care. People still grew up on those and people love those. Like what happened recently with Haiti and Christian and people giving him the hey man, you tried. It's
Yeah.
not you. You gave us a good Darth Vader like at the end of Revenge of the Sith. I think you did, but that's it, man. That's all of it,
Okay.
man. That's the spoilers, guys. That's all of it. I try to go as short as possible.
Go see
I
it.
try to cut it
Go
down,
see it again. Actually, there's more.
and I feel like I just gave you the good things, the things that are just fun. Something like you wouldn't know that PRSD meant,
I wouldn't know
Golden
that.
Girls.
Yeah.
So.
All right, guys. You can find us on movies.net, where Facebook and Facebook.com /MTS Podcast. We're in Twitter MTS Podcast. We're in Instagram. I'm sorry, X MTS Podcast. Instagram MTS Podcast. Patreon.com /Suck. Bonfire account Suck and something new. Find shirts there. TeePublic and Blackwood Productions. Also, YouTube at Movies Don't Suck Podcast. And everywhere you unsubscribe, like it, share. We like that stuff. Neil, who do we do for small businesses?
If you got a small business, just hit us up. We'll be more than happy to advertise you right here on our podcast. There are thousands of listeners or millions of followers on the social medias and platforms. We want to help you out because we like helping small businesses. That's just the way we do things because we love each other.
Ready out of here?
Yeah, let's do it. That's another episode of Movies Don't Suck and Some Do. My name's Neil.
And I'm Chris.
Remember, guys, no matter how hard it's in life, you can find your Wolverine if you just act like a little bit of Deadpool. You have a good day. Thank you guys for all watching. I know that was a long one. Thank you guys for holding off with us. Love you guys. Have a good day. We're going to get the hell out of here because I'm hungry. I know he's probably hungry.